I never knew what happened to me had a name. I never knew there were existing words I could utter to describe to another soul what had been done to mine. I also never dreamed I would one day take something so dark, use it to ignite a spark, and shed light on a fight nobody wishes to know about. But we all know that evil thrives in darkness, right? Placing a line in the sand, taking your hand in my hand, I'm asking you to journey with me. I can drop one sentence, 10 words, but I will never adequately capture the horror of my childhood. I was 9 years old when I was first sold. I could paint you a picture with a broken brush that bleeds misery and yet place it on canvas, and each stroke shines eternal and inspires hope, speaking to the possibility of achieving that happily ever after, despite any beginning. Through the depths of despair, would you follow me there? If I showed you my scars, could you still see the stars in my eyes beyond the tears that I cry sometimes? 'Cause there are days when it just hurts to be me. And people aren't so good with pain, 'cause people aren't so good with helpless. You recognize this early in life and master the masking of your own private hell, protecting people from the depths of your pain so that they can stay comfortably shallow while you continue to drown in your imperfections and never tell. I remember as a child wondering what it felt like to be alive, if the burden weighing me down and making me believe I was worthless, did it have a name? I'm guessing it's shame. It is the paralyzing equalizer, placing predator and prey in the same common experience, with the same feelings of helplessness and fear. It is the untold lie, creating predestined tears, blazing trails into the flesh of your cheeks, like acid. But no matter the pain, conditioned to remain placid, placing restrictions on dreams as it welcomes defeat, the world passing you by while you stare at your feet and ponder the monetary value of a child's soul. Sold. I was 9 years old, when I should have been playing with dolls and skipping down halls, when my surroundings should have been fields of green, lying under a tree staring up at the blue, chasing raindrops and rainbows, laughing for no particular reason other than I was a child and that's what kids do. But my reality, it was a concrete slab with 4 concrete walls and grown men in every direction. My truth became the lies that echoed in the deafening silence of compassion's painful rejection. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to turn for protection. 12 steps to the bottom of that basement, and I still count stairs. Each step I take places me in a hypnotic trance, an imaginative dance that carries my mind to the safe enclosures of a hidden reality my body would never have the luxury of escaping to. 9 years old and maybe 25 kilos, with fragile bones that made a ballerina's frame look huge, comparatively speaking. Nowhere to run, and so I fought the dark while I imagined the light, broken and bound, pleading they do right by me. Daddy, please. I'm sorry. Can't we just rewrite this story? Don't let them hurt me. I love you, can't you see? Pleading for a father's protection. Persistent prayers landing on deaf ears, seemingly bad connection. And even though he was worse than any other, I held faith in the face of a familiar stranger, convincing myself when it mattered most, he would protect me from danger. After all, he was my father. And don't men protect their daughter? too scared to count the tears I never cried, all the pain I held inside, all the times I thought I died, all the times I wished I had. But beyond the childhood abuses sat my adult excuses. And so now, walking the line between heartache and grace, I stand proud in this world and step into my place, using my life to be one that inspires, speaking to others and lifting them higher, igniting the fire that fuels their desire, letting them know that in their darkest hour, hope is a gift inside us all that catches us each time we fall. So I will rise up and speak and be that voice for the 27 million voiceless, whose stories need to be told because bodies continue to be sold. I will stand tall in the freedom forgiveness gifted me and be that reminder that you can still fly on broken wings. And it matters not how hard we land, but that we eventually stand, rising to soar to infinite heights. I hope to shine a light as bright as that North Star in the Canadian wild. Diamonds in the night sky I wished upon as a child, because society pled ignorant, stayed misinformed and comfortably numb. Well, may I submit to you this? Are we really that dumb? To think the slave trade and exploitation of young girls is a foreign issue, domestic daughters' greatest stress, education, evidently no need for emancipation, hiding behind the deluded excuses that our backyards are clean of gender abuses. And so what of the 14-year-olds in the 5-inch pumps working that one-block stroll? Or the 12-year-old runaway who believed the grown man who told her that daddy missed out on a precious angel? And so long as she does what she is told, he will love her unconditionally, sold. We're trading people for pesos, for pounds, francs, and dollars, rupees and rands for the purchase of our daughters. The currency generated, non-discriminatory, Cambodian, Canadian, it's the same criminal story. So maybe men need to step up and teach boys that girls are not toys to be used and abused, that you come correct and treat a girl with respect, or you don't come at all. Maybe if men and boys knew that the first time they lay an unwanted hand on an unwilling soul, life as she knows it will never be the same at all. And just maybe if that girl remains protected and connected and forever respected, she will grow up and show up and be a force to be reckoned with. Her hopes and ambitions will come into fruition. Her sons and daughters beneficiaries of what life taught her. Pursuing solutions for the existence of an ideal world. There'd be no tolerance for violence against women and girls. Public outcry sparks aspirations for an introduction to inoculation, a powerful concoction, a collective immunity against degradation, abuse, rape, cruelty. By injecting empathy into the veins of humanity, let's combat apathy, our conditioned insanity. For apathy is the underlying current in a sea of silent observers, granting themselves permission to turn the other cheek to issues far too dark and much too bleak. Empathy is the driving force of action, its birthplace requiring but a fraction of one's compassion, one's moral obligation to stand tall and catch others otherwise destined to fall, for half the sky is held up by women and girls. The slave trade, it's hardly exclusive to third worlds. You want further persuasion? Here's a basic equation. Abuse plus degradation minus hope equates to this common denominator: a soul's death. Divide a person's rights with a fraction of their worth and then multiply the perpetrator she's endorsed as birth. Take away her power in addition to her dignity. Expand this concept globally. It couldn't be more plain to see that no world has immunity when it comes to modern-day slavery. There were 12 steps to the bottom of that basement, and I will remember the walk for as long as I live.